So it's my last day in Manchester. Well, we're actually in Wilmslow, near Manchester, Cheshire. We're in Cheshire, not Manchester. And tomorrow I'm departing and I am going home, sort of. So we're at Lindow Common, which is on Cheshire East Council, and it's an SSI, isn't it, Sandra?
Site of Special Scientific Interest.
And what was found here?
Lindow Man.
Lindow Pete. So P-E-T-E, and he was nicknamed Lindow Pete because he was found in a peat bog. And who else was found here?
Lindow Woman.
And there was a Lindow Woman also found here, but Lindow Pete is the most famous one, and that's about 2,000 years ago. They trying to decide whether it was 700 AD, BC, or whether it was 100 AD. They weren't too sure. So I did come here a couple of weeks ago on my own, so I have videos some of this, but we'll give it a bit of a walk and walk right around the lake. And it's not a massive walk, it's only a couple of miles. So we've got the girl with us, and we Rasha, and
the sunshine.
Yeah, man, it's quite mild and sunny. So we also used to have, there's a caravan storage yard literally 2 minutes from here, so where our caravan used to be kept in storage. And again, if you've never been here before or heard of it, and there's a woodpecker carved into a tree here. And as I say, I did come here having a bit of a waffle a few weeks ago. So as a youngster, we used to cycle from home, from where we're living now, come up here on bikes on a Sunday afternoon, and there's a bit of a scramble track through some of the woods, and then stop off and get a Mars bar, packet of crisp, and a bottle of pop. Whatever happened to bottles of pop, Sandra? You don't hear people having pop anymore, do you? Why was it called pop?
I don't know, what happened to Corona?
I don't know. Oh, he got the virus, didn't he? Died. The coronavirus.
Not that kind of Corona.
Oh, right, okay. The Corona Man. There is a little lake here, and again, I covered this on that last vlog called, do you know the name of the lake is, Sandra?
I don't.
It's called the Black Lake, and it used to be open for fishing, and people used to come here with model boats, and then it was many years ago, it got some algae on it, and it all got fenced off and everything, so yeah.
And blue-green algae sort of thing.
Yeah. And then the nice thing is, obviously, we're in. I'm losing track of what days we are. February, isn't it?
Still February.
So it is pretty well a flat walk. So if you've got any accessibility needs, requirements, it's quite easy. So Wayne, the guy who was a PA for, we came here quite regular, and it was sort of wheelchair friendly. And his mum Pat, she must have been in her 80s, so yeah. she's done this walk a few times as well. From memory, I think this bit of scrub around here, a few years ago, there was, when we had I can't remember what year it was, when we had that blazing hot summer, there was a massive fire here that went down, and they put in, I think this is a fire break that they put in. Sure it was around here. Anyway, it's going to be a long walk because Rasha's having lots of sniffs. Yeah, Rasha, this is going to be your last big walk. Your next walks are going to be in Mumby or in Lincolnshire. And prehistoric landscape. And here's the Lindow Man Lindow Pete. Toadlets.
Oh, that's sundew. That's the flies and things, don't they, sundew?
Like a Venus flytrap?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
A willow warbler. Common darter. Common lizards, green tiger, beetles, bees and water wasp and potter wasp. And plenty of moths. Right, oh, it's very mild. That sun's actually warm. That's a proper. It is actually a warm sun.
So nice. It's not really right for February, but it's so nice.
I had on Facebook memories thing 12 years ago. It was 17 degrees, so it's not unusual. And even the weather forecaster the other day.
Yeah, like we're right in the middle of. It's like literally over the entire year above 1.5% compared to the centre.
Right, Rasha, where are you going? Come on. Do you know where you're pulling? So as well as the main path, if ever you come here, there are lots of other walks through the wooded area and the scrub area that you can do. And if you like climbing trees, come and climb a tree. Right. I'm probably bring Rasha on a walk. It's walk 5 feet and stop for 5 minutes. Right, we're just coming down to the towards the lake now. Gorse is blossoming up. Yeah. Always reminds me of Hadrian's Wall campsite, that, to be honest.
Yeah, it was nice.
The gorse was in stunning when it come up. So to say, there are all these other paths about, and there's some information on some of the birds that we're going to get. Cuckoos, owls. What's a tree creeper? Oh, there you go, Black Lake.
So traumatised.
Oh, right behind me, Charlie. That's how warm it is. That's a full-size bumblebee. I said the temperatures come up, isn't it? That's an omen. Why is it an omen? That because something else really weird happened. So when we went to go and view the property we're hoping to buy, so none of you have seen this, I actually videoed the property, and as I went in the porch, there was a bumblebee sat on the porch. So actually on the video clip, if you remember. That's an omen, that. I just need I just need a white feather to land on my head. Right. We'll take a walk around the pond. So there's plenty of benches and things like that to sit on. Oh wait, I tell you. No, it's an omen because I'm flipping the nurseries, the amount of pigeons in Lincolnshire. Yeah. So it's a nice easy walk there, flat round the lake, and I say this didn't used to be fenced off. It used to be able to fish here many years ago. At the minute you won't be able to see on the camera, but we've got lots of ducks having an afternoon siesta. You having a whittle, Rasha? Are you leaving your mark behind? In fact, when I came, they're fast asleep, aren't they? Oh, he's got his eye on us. In fact, when I came here a couple of weeks ago, the pond was frozen. There was a couple of little round things here, but the whole lake was frozen. Whack whack. So, have you ever heard of Lindow Pete? Lindow Common, steep in history. Not a million miles away from Oldley Edge, sort of where we were a couple of weeks ago. That girl we passed over there, and she's been talking on the phone all the way around the lake non-stop. She started over there. Oh.
You don't do that.
Even I know. I said Sandra we came
More hens.
red
dib.
Yeah,
Coots,
white dib. So
Ducks.
very soon, are they ducks or mallards? Which one's a duck and which one's a mallard?
There's a male duck and a female duck.
Well, what's a mallard?
Type of duck.
Which one's a duck and which one's a mallard?
Well, they're both mallards. Just one's a female mallard, one's a male mallard.
And what colour trousers does Donald Duck wear? So you at home now, serious question. What colour trousers does Donald Duck wear? Now have a think about it.
I would have said blue, but I could be wrong.
Blue? Okay, we'll hold this here, but remind me when we get to the end. I'll give you the answer. So before we get to the end of the pond, can you tell us what colour trout? Without looking it up, don't look up now. Do you agree with Sandra? Was it blue, or was it yellow, or what colour?
I might be wrong, but I remember Donald Duck has been in blue and Mickey Mouse is having red trousers.
Okay, we'll tell when we get to the end of the walk here. So just very soon this will be full of tadpoles. Just saying, Sandra, we came
I thought you were going to say ducklings.
well, and potential ducklings. We came a few years ago, and there was one area, there was that many tadpoles. It almost looked like there was an octopus under the water. Very still, incredibly still. We've been followed by the Canadian geese who think we've got some food or some bread. Sorry, we haven't got anything. We've got nothing for you, I'm afraid. Leave the ducks alone. Don't be a bully. Yeah, Rash. There's another pigeon. Oh, some information on the Black Lake. Celtic connections. That lake got its name from the dark coloured peat stained water. There you go. Made to end used for fishing and boating, model boating and ice skating. I remember that. Sandra, she's still talking.
Aggressive breeds, Stokes as well.
Water voles, toadlets. That's the 1980s. Yeah.
That's interesting. That calls it cuckoo flower. I call that Mayflower, not cuckoo flower.
That girl's just passed us again, still talking. Anyway, we're getting very close to giving you the answer about Donald Duck. You're never going to believe it when I tell you. Look, there's a lot of splashing going on. Hope a duck's not been got by a wild animal. And say lots of walks down these paths. So we used to come on bikes round here and everything. Yeah. Right, Sandra, we're at the top end of the Black Lake. So, what colour trousers does Donald Duck wear? And the answer is he doesn't wear any trousers.
Ah, was it a blue jacket then?
Yep. Donald Duck doesn't wear any trousers. Right, I'm going to show Sandra something now that I'm not going to do on camera because I want to do this when I get back to the nurseries. And this is quite interesting what I'm going to show Sandra now. Watch this, Sandra. Watch. I can't do this on camera. Hey. So as I'm recording this, if everything goes to plan, this time in 24 hours, I should be back at the nurseries. What are we having for tea tonight, Sandra?
Good question.
I was thinking about possibly getting a Chinese and I can take the leftovers with me tomorrow. I've got something for my tea tomorrow as well then. Possibly.
Another boggy bit.
Yeah, it's very swampy and all the rest of it. So will we find another Lindow Pete, a Lindow man, or another Lindow woman, or a Lindow person that can't identify as anything?
This is what we need, more wetlands.
Yeah, it's all natural. As again, I do believe that because this is an SSI, it is protected.
It is.
So
The one we showed near home, that's only a site of special interest, so they're not as protected as places like this.
No. So ironically enough, we've been going on about the Greenbelt malarkey back at home, and one of the reasons why we're leaving Manchester, and the news came out yesterday that it's a done deal, like I've said all the way along it would be, despite all of the objections and scientific reasons and blah 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 blah, and it's going to be ratified at all the council's next lot of meetings. It'd be interesting to see what happens at Stockport Council on this one, whether they're going to get a right bollocking for being rebels. But obviously we've got the May elections coming up, local elections, and there's going to be all sorts of claims and counterclaims. But the only person that broke the news first, before any of the other political parties, was myself, who had the eye on the ball. The very first person that's picked it up that it was going to happen. Anyway, it's not our worry anymore. Not our worry anymore. Oh my God, look what we've just found, Sandra. We're being haunted. There must be a subliminal message. Anybody that was with us on a walk the other week, we found a million... Isn't it? So Rasha's the only dog in the world. If I go, fetch Rasha, she just...
Not interested.
Just no interest in fetching anything at all. No, nothing. No interest whatsoever. Not a stick or a ball. Hello, dog.
You wouldn't miss that in the dark.
It's bottom open, isn't it? Not spotted yet, Sandra. I've not spotted a DRW. Those that know will know all about the DRWs.
Pardon?
I'll explain off camera, but I'll do it on camera. I'll upset a lot of people. Yeah, DRWs. There's a whole Facebook page. I think it's got 70-odd thousand members on a DRW Facebook group with pictures of DRWs. Anyway, yeah. Rasha, you're doing a lot of stops. No, it's not too long a walk for you, this one, is it? Right, and we're popping down back at the other end of the lake. That's like quite a nice, easy little walk, this one, isn't it? It's not a hard walk.
Very Rasha friendly.
Yeah, no, don't overdo it with a maximum of an hour. You say around it's about half an hour walk, isn't it? Enjoying your last walk, Rasha? Your last Cheshire, Manchester home walk? I'm looking at the dog walk at the nurseries, and it's just full of mud. It's overflowing with the amount of rain that's they've had. But there is good news when I get back, Sandra. The rain will stop because it never rains at the nurseries when I'm there.
We hope.
It's quagmire, a lot of mud, and there's a lot going on the seasonal area with the drains going in for the new lodges and the bases or pads, whatever you like to call them, going down. I need to turn my caravan round in the next couple of days. One of my first jobs I'm going to be doing. And then 1st of March is only a couple of weeks away. Keys to the storage locker, and I'll be able to get some of the things that I'm going to have to store in the car into the storage locker. What could possibly go wrong? Well, obviously we're coming in, we're not a million miles away from nesting season. It's very quiet bird noise wise, isn't it?
Quite a lot.
Yeah, there's more waterfowl though we listen to. They're the coots and the moorhens sort of thing, but
It's only February, it's just ridiculously wild.
we've seen a bumblebee, haven't we?
It's awkward when it's like this, and there'll be another cold snap, like my rhubarb sprouted already. But if we get a frost now, it'll kill it all. That's what happened last year.
Oh, at least we've not got a grapevine. So, as I say, we've had snow at Easter, and I can remember there was Easter when we were, was it Shady Oak? We were camping at, and it was really cold, but we went up to like sort of Beeston Castle, and it was like literally the snow drifted like about 7-8 foot high. Do you remember that year?
Yeah.
I mean, when I say they were high, I mean they're like over your head high. There's
There's a slow blossom there, I think.
it's like what?
Slow blossom, blackthorn.
Looks a bit big. I'm not too sure. Might be wrong. Right, so that's like a nice easy walk for Rash. I'm not going to take Rashy too close. I don't want her to get a. Always watch out when you're walking your dog. You don't want to get any hawthorns in the paws or anything. They can puncture tyres on sit-on mowers. So if you ever have a sit-on mower, stay away from hawthorn. It's that's where you get your punctures from. Let's see. I don't think it's. I think that's not hawthorn, is it, as such? No, go on, Rasha. You're okay. You can come in.
It might be a cross. There's definitely what's the word? Not cherry. Plum related anyway, but it might be a cross. So it's not very thorny, but it's. And the flowers are bigger, so it might be a cross. So. Yeah.
Possibly.
Pretty.
So everything's budding up. It's really strange. Now I'm stood here, I can actually see all the buds. From a distance you can't really see them. Everything budding up for spring.
In a few days they'll all be out.
Yeah. A lot of the crocuses are properly up now, pointing at the sun. Daffodils are listening for noise. Those that know will know all about daffodils that have got ears. I'm going to having another sniff, and we're basically.
God, woodpecker! I didn't notice that before.
Started the video off there, Sandra. Whether that started on the video. That you passed it before. I videoed here, right at the beginning of the video. I'm underneath there and going, look, there's a woodpecker carved here.
No.
That was only half an hour ago, Sandra.
I wasn't paying attention. So.
Obviously not. Hey, so hope you've enjoyed that little walk. Again, probably the last time I'll ever come to Lindow Common, and the next time you might be seeing Sandra with me. Oh no, you see her before a go-go, but that will be it until, fingers crossed, our Lincolnshire life well and truly starts. You can still go horribly wrong, but it's literally we've got dates in our diaries now and calendar, and Rasha may never come back to Manchester again, Cheshire again. What could go wrong?
We can but try.
Right. Let's wind off there, I think, Sandra. Don't know, say ta-ra.
Bye for now. So I will be keeping a camera at my end, so I'll put out bits and bobs when I can as well.
Right. I need a Chinese and a haircut. Not necessarily in that order.